And so it was one day, as Eve was walking in the garden near the tree of knowledge, that Satan spoke to her. She was without fear, for fear had not yet come into the world. Satan asked her about the forbidden fruit. He questioned God's warning and his motive toward man. Eve listened and began to doubt God. She considered the fruit and ate. Then she gave the fruit to Adam, and he ate. And immediately they were aware of their nakedness, and they were ashamed.
Something terrible had happened. Something had changed. The evil in Satan was like an infectious disease. And through Adam's disobedience, this disease was released into the world. It is called sin. It is a power that works within a person to destroy his or her relationship with God, ultimately bringing death to all it touches. Adam and Eve had been created to live forever in perfect harmony with God. By eating the fruit, they acted independently from God, which is exactly what Satan had done. Now they would experience death, first spiritually, then physically. And through Adam, sin would be passed down from generation to generation, infecting all humankind to this very day. Though it cannot be seen, sin is the source of all selfishness and suffering.
Adam and Eve tried to hide from God and to get rid of their shame by covering themselves with leaves. But this did not work, for their problem was not outward, but inward. Shame is the result of sin, and sin was at work in them like a poison. So God made for them garments of animal skin. This was an acceptable covering, but it was only a partial remedy, for it did not take away the sin. What's more, this covering required the death of an animal, something they had never seen. It was a horrible sight, a graphic lesson that sin brings death. And though they could not understand it at the time, it was a picture of the price God would ultimately pay to free humankind from sin.
God sent Adam and Eve out from the garden, lest they eat from the tree of life and walk the earth forever, never knowing life as it was meant to be. As for Satan, God pronounced a judgment on him. And in that judgment, we find God's first promise that one day, through a descendant of Eve, God would send a deliverer to defeat Satan forever.